I didn't see Robert Zemeckis' Here in theaters. I was curious about this movie, but it looked like a crying movie, and to a degree it is. But I caught up with it streaming on Max this week, and it was very interesting. So I want to talk about it a little bit. Here stars, I mean, it stars a lot of people. The trailer for Here presents the concept of the film, which is it is one single unmoving lockdown camera shot in the living room of a house, and you see people in that house over the passage of time. The trailer makes it look like you're just looking at the couple of Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, reunited years later, decades later, after their appearance in Robert Zemeckis' Forrest Gump. And it's actually about a lot more than that. It's a very, very interesting concept. You see this one lockdown shot, and occasionally parts of the frame will have like a box around them, and you'll see a different period of time. So this film really goes from the prehistoric era to more or less the modern day, maybe slightly into the future. And it just traces all the different people and peoples and things that went on in and around this one house somewhere. And it turns out that this house is built across the street from where Ben Franklin once lived. And you see colonial times, and you see Native American times, and you see dinosaur times, but it's all from this one spot. And it scratches an itch I've had for years when you think about time travel. And it's like, well, if I were to travel forward or backward in time, I would be showing up in the exact same spot. Theoretically, I would be showing up in the exact same spot that I'm standing right now. And it's something that I think about all the time, maybe more than I should. I don't know. That, okay, if I had a time machine and I zapped forward or zapped back in time in this one spot, would I be zapping forward or back into a spot where some other object already is, and would I be fused with that? They don't explore that in this because it isn't a time travel movie in that sense. But you see this young couple move in. You see these people in the 40s. You see these people in colonial times. You see their lives. It really bounces back and forth a lot between all of these stories. And over the course of the entire film, you see the arc of all of these people's lives as they existed in that house. But it focuses more on the Tom Hanks and Robin Wright characters than it does the other people. And you see Tom Hanks go from being a little kid to an elderly person, and how his relationship with his parents evolves over time, how his parents' relationship evolves over time, how his first date with Robin Wright as a young teenager goes from that to them being married, to them having kids, not giving anything away. It's just the arc of somebody's life. And to me, that was the most interesting aspect of this. The technical aspect was very interesting. There was de-aging used on Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, and for the most part, it works pretty well. You get invested in the various lives. There's a guy and his wife in the 40s, I presume, or 50s, who he seems to be the inventor of the lazy boy chair, and you see that. And there are colonial people, and there are people dealing with financial struggles and social struggles and marriage struggles and ups and downs, and nothing really fantastical other than the dinosaurs that you see at one point. It's really just taking a look at ordinary people's lives over the patches of time and what is similar and what is different. And it was good. I wouldn't say it was great. I would say it was good. At times, it felt a little bit like you were watching a stage play, and it really could be staged, not the non-linear aspect of it, but you could do this as a stage play because there's really only one set. There are times where you see that space in earlier times before the house existed, and you see the things around it, and people are coming and going, and wagons are coming and going, and you see the guys building the house and things like that. But the camera never, until the very, very end, the camera never moves. It was a little cheesy at times. It was a little schmaltzy at times. There are times where the dialogue and the performances really feel like you're watching theater or local theater, and that took away from me. So I thought it was decent. I thought it was interesting. It was maybe more interesting an exercise in a concept than it was a film to watch, but it's a film you can watch with your parents. It's a decent film. Zemeckis doesn't really make bad movies. He just makes, everything can't be Back to the Future or used cars. But it's interesting to see a guy still going on 40-something years after he started making movies, still trying to innovate, still trying to do something nobody's ever seen before, and you got to give the guy credit. So streaming now on, I believe it was Max, Here.